You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. 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 You got troubles, I got them too. Not a thing I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we see this through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them could ever love you the way that I do. It's just me and you, and as the years roll by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Imagine thunderous applause right now. Good morning, everyone tuning in to Unity of Gaithersburg this morning for our Sunday celebration service. My name is Reverend Cheryl Myers, and it is my joy to be with you on this casual Sunday where everybody in this room is either wearing a t-shirt or a sweatshirt with a message, a word, or an image that's inspiring to us. So this is the beginning of our sweatshirt, t-shirt challenge, and you'll hear more about that in just a few moments in our announcements, and you'll also read about it on our Facebook page. And I think we have one congregant who has already posted a very cool t-shirt, David Johnson. Good morning. So everyone, in the comfort of your home, wherever you are with your dear ones, let's just take a moment and connect with each other, because we really are already connected. And let's just ground that connection in the activity of prayer. So as we take this time together this morning, we take a deep and restoring breath. And we just gently close our eyes and just let the external world right now just be where it is. And we're going to just declare a silent intention in our heart to be fully present in this time together this morning during our Sunday service. And we just set an intention this morning to be blessed by this time together, to leave this time together this morning more peaceful and more in our knowing about the truth of who and what we are and how we can navigate what's happening in our world. So thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Know that by you tuning in, we feel your energy here. We feel that inherent connection and oneness that we are. So thank you, and know that your energy and your presence here makes a difference. How grateful we are for this space together, for our AV team and for the staff that are here and our music team. We just give thanks. And we send our love to all of you this morning. And so it is. Amen. Amen. And so now Edie Crane is going to come up and share some announcements with you. Come on up, Edie, in her gratitude shirt.
Hi, guys. So we have some wonderful opportunities here for transformation. And they're also detailed in your newsletter. And you can receive next week's edition by sharing your email with us. Starting today, we'll be delving into a 6-week Sunday message series called Navigating These Times, Unpacking Our Spiritual Toolbox. We will explore what tools we have, as well as learning new ones to support us in living life in this unusual, not so normal time. Check our Facebook page and website to hear a video message from Rev Cheryl about other activities happening during the suspension of our in-person gatherings. Make sure to join our Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Facebook Live midweek moment, time of prayer, meditation, and reflection, led by Rev Cheryl, that will continue for 6 weeks. We will continue to add activities as we move through this time, so stay tuned. Join our sweatshirt t-shirt challenge.
Yay!
If you have a sweatshirt, t-shirt, or any kind of shirt with a family-friendly, uplifting message or image, take a picture of yourself in it and post it on our Facebook page. Based on the flood of comments the shirt receives, someone is going to win a very fun prize. This challenge will last through Sunday, April 5th. If it's not yours to participate in this challenge, please send us a picture of you and your family members anyway. We're collecting pictures of all of our members, new folks, and anyone who considers themselves to be a part of this community. And the plan is to fill every empty chair in our sanctuary with an individual image of someone who is part of this community. And thank you for those who have been sending them in, because it's starting to get populated, and it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. That way, those of us who are here on Sunday morning can bask in your loving energy, and we can also send you our prayers, blessings, and love. Please send your picture to our admin office at admin@unityofgaithersburg.org. We look forward to seeing you in this fun and connecting way. Unity of Gaithersburg's Big Spring Prosperity Fling online auction is still in forward gear. We have over 50 donated items towards our 150-item goal. Given the suspension of in-person activities within our community, we're pushing out the dates of the auction bidding and keeping the acceptance of donation items open indefinitely. We will be revisiting the dates every 2 weeks. If you can think of a donation you would like to make from the comfort of your home, donation forms are available on our website. Even though our auction has been delayed, we look forward to stepping back into its full energy and flow when we can once again engage in person as a community. Thank you for holding this fundraiser in your prayers and prosperity consciousness. It is an abundant blessing to all of us every year. Our annual Good Friday service is scheduled for Friday, April 7th at 7 p.m. We will release and let go and prepare to rise in a greater awareness and claiming of our true nature on Easter Sunday. Easter morning will be filled with joy as we celebrate our inner awakening and the new life of spring. Join us for this very special time here at Unity of Gaithersburg. We will let you know if these services will be an in-person experience or a YouTube experience. And lastly, have you wanted to take a Unity class or two to learn and grow spiritually? Our annual Spiritual Education and Enrichment, or SEE Week, is just for you. This year, we're offering 8 classes in person and also online via video conferencing. Classes include Bible interpretation, meditation practices, metaphysics, prosperity, and more. Our amazing faculty will be Reverend Robert Brummett from Kansas City, Reverend Ogun Holder from Massachusetts, Reverend Tony Fish from Frederick, and our own licensed Unity teacher, Jane McCarthy. You do not want to miss this week of learning, reflection, and transformation here at Unity of Gaithersburg. Registration is now live on our website. And now, please center yourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. Our focus is love expression. Our affirmation, I am a beacon of light in the world. Say that silently to yourself with me. I am a beacon of light in the world. No actual words are needed to express or experience love. I share love through a smile, a wave, or by giving of my time and resources. I give love through a virtual hug or by listening compassionately. I experience love through my relationships and knowing what I am as a divine being. The language of love is all around me, filling my heart with unending joy and gratitude. Today, I let myself be inspired and guided by the divine love I am. I live a life of constant awareness and expression of this love. And I am brave, forgiving, and compassionate. Even when the world around me feels upended and chaotic, I love anyway. In all situations, love is my guiding light. Any perceived challenge is solved when I turn it over to love. From this consciousness, I serve as a beacon of love in this world. And from John 13:34, love one another. And now let us prepare for meditation by singing All Is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can feel my breath rise and fall. There's light inside that dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well, 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 all is
So once again, let us take a deep, restoring breath. And follow that deep breath with 2 more deep breaths. And now just allow the breath to return to its natural movement, in and out. And instead of busy thoughts, simply shift your focus and attention to the movement of the breath as it moves in and moves out. And just allow your body to relax into whatever it is you're seated in this morning. A chair, a couch, on the floor, on a cushion. Just allow the breath to allow your physical body to relax and let go. And let us begin to focus the breath moving out of our physical heart this morning. Just breathe in to the area of your physical heart. And if it supports you to place your hand over your heart to feel its warmth, do so if it supports your focus. Just breathe in and out of your physical heart. And as you breathe in and out of your heart space, I invite you to bring to your mind's eye someone or something that you love very much. It could be a spouse, a partner, a child, a dear friend, a pet. Maybe it's someplace that you go in nature where you feel your heart overflow with love and appreciation. Just bring an image to your mind's eye in this moment of someone or something that you love. And just notice how love makes you feel. Notice your experience physically. Maybe you feel a warm rush of energy in your body. Maybe you feel more at ease as you allow yourself to feel this love. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel gratitude or joy. Just allow yourself to connect with what you love. And let that feeling of love completely infill your awareness. And just notice as you allow yourself to experience the feeling of love, what desire comes to your mind's eye? Desire for this person's well-being? Desire to see this person or this place peaceful, appreciated? This is the power of love. It connects to the very deepest part of us and evokes well-being, evokes peace and deep connection. So as we move now into a time of silence, I invite you to continue to bask in this energy of love that you feel for your dear one, or for a very special place in your life. Just allow yourself in this time of silence to bask in love. Just take a deep breath now and just notice if you have a smile on your face. Notice if your body is more relaxed and at ease. Just notice the experience you are having as you bask in unconditional love. There is no greater power than love to transcend the external world. And when we allow ourselves to connect with what we love, with who we love, and how we love, our path is easier, lighter, and more joy-filled. It's more clear. So let's take another deep breath into our heart and just continue basking in the love that we are and the love that we share. How grateful we are. And so it is. Amen.
knowing all is well, all is well. Move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well, all is
Life has taught me this. Every day is new. And if everything is true, all that matters when we're through is how we love. Faced with what we lack, some things fall apart, but from the ashes, new dreams start. All that matters to the heart is how we love. How we love. In her word, a smile, a touch. In spite of our mistakes, chances come again. And if we lose or if we win, all that matters in the end is how we love. When I needed it so much. Sometimes we forget, trying to be strong in this world of right or wrong. All that matters when we're gone. All that matters all along. we have to carry on is how we love.
Thank you so much, music team. That's a beautiful song by Beth Nielsen Chapman. And you had just made it your own in a beautiful way. Well, there was a much beloved monk who once carried a deep burden of long past sin deep in his heart. And he had committed this sin many years before in his youth. And no one in the monastery knew what he had actually done, but they did know that he had repented. And even so, he had suffered years of remorse over the incident without any sense of feeling forgiven. And the monk had a friend who was deeply spiritual and claimed to have daily visions in which Jesus Christ spoke to her. And although he was skeptical of these claims, one day he asked her, "The next time you speak to the Lord, would you please ask him what sin this lowly monk is still struggling with?" And the woman kindly agreed. And when she came to the monastery a few days later, the monk asked, "Did he visit you?" And she said, "Yes." "And did you ask him what sin I committed?" "Yes, I asked him," she replied. "Well, what did he say?" "He said, 'I don't remember.'" So this is the week of our 6-week series, the beginning of our 6-week series, navigating these times, unpacking our spiritual toolbox. And it just felt important to me right now for us to revisit our toolbox, because I can imagine that many of you are already visiting your toolbox, because this is, for many of us, a challenging time. And so it felt right for us to explore the tools that we might already know that we have, or maybe dig in there and dust off ones that maybe we've used before, and maybe let's learn some new ones. So I think you can tell that based on my shirt here and our music and theme of the Daily Word, our do it anyway. It's all about love. And so I wanted to review with us what love really is in the spiritual context of unity. And love is more than a feeling or an emotion. Love is an essence. And it's a core aspect of our divine nature. I think it is the deepest truth of us, is love. It's a way of being, and it's an action verb. And ultimately, as we learn to embrace the love that we inherently are, because we all are inherently love, we teach that in unity, that we can more readily give and receive love without fear, without attachments or conditions, or because we just have to. See, I think because we are inherently love, that we are compelled to give love. And when we thwart that, that's when life can become a struggle and filled with dis-ease. So I think it's an actual need for us to express love. However, wow, we can look around us right now and see that love is not exactly being expressed in its highest form, especially when we peruse Target or Walmart or the grocery store and see the shelves completely cleared out, because people have been in fear and they have hoarded, groceries and toilet paper, and some people are kind of buying into some conspiracy theories even right now, or maybe we're just thinking more of ourselves than kind of our neighbor. But these are all examples, as we know, of fear. And so I started to really just delve into what is it that really keeps us from expressing the inherent love that we are. And it always boils down to fear. Fear is our way as humans to respond to something that we feel is threatening, that we fear is going to cause us pain or that's dangerous. And it shows up often as blame and judgment and self-focus, anger and unforgiveness. In Unity, we have these acronyms for fear: false evidence appearing real, forgetting everything is all right. And I think that we create these things to support us in really remembering what's true, and to call us in to investigate our fear. I think fear isn't a bad thing. I think there's a big difference between fear and panic. I think fear can serve us. Panic never serves us. So how does fear serve? And I think fear serves us as a tool of self-discovery. It's a way for us to get real with ourselves and ask ourselves, what's really going on here? Because what we know is that fear is never really about what's going on. It's our thoughts and feelings that we're holding about what's going on. Fear is an indicator that we're not feeling sure of love, we're not feeling safe, we're not feeling secure and clear. And it's a way for us to see how we're deflecting or projecting what we're afraid of in the form of our judgments and, toward others and ourselves, our annoyance, our irritation right now, our anger, and just feeling out of control. If you're feeling afraid right now, I'm going to invite you to curl up and ask some good questions. I think they're good questions to help us kind of get underneath what's going on. And the first question is, what am I really afraid of that isn't about the external situation I think I'm afraid of? To go deeper to what is underneath the fear. And where am I feeling out of control? And is how I'm handling that right now, with fear disguised as annoyance or judgment, anger, etc., a pattern in my life? See, that's when fear starts to get useful, when we see how it leads to deeper self-discovery. It shows us where we block our expression of love, and when we can explore it and use it as a tool in our spiritual journey, it can support us in our ability to make choices bigger than our fear. This past week, I was in this sanctuary creating videos for Facebook Live or to be posted on our website. And I shared with you honestly that it is completely out of my comfort zone. And you might say, well, why? Because every Sunday, you are videoed. Well, when I'm videoed on Sunday, I have you here to distract me from the fact that I'm being videoed. I don't have to think about it. And so this week has been a week of me delving into my fear. What's really going on? Why do I feel so uncomfortable making these videos? Well, it's one of those old patterns. Honestly, I grew up with a mom that was pretty critical. And so, it's so funny when I'm doing something out of my comfort zone, I have this little voice going, what are you doing, Cheryl? You have no clue what you're doing. Wah, wah, wah. And so that fear had me do my work this week and had me look underneath what's going on. And I thought, oh, this is an old pattern. I recognize this. And so when I was able to use fear as a tool for greater self-awareness, I was able to access what was more important than that discomfort, which was my commitment to just do something here from Unity of Gaithersburg to connect us. Because it feels really important right now for us to stay connected. And really, I'm grateful for 21st century technology, even though it can be very challenging for some of us. But anyway, what that experience did for me this week was it had me, again, deepen my self-awareness, but it also helped me hold my experience a little bit in a little bit wider way or more expansive way, to love myself a little bit more. I really am thinking that as I move on my journey, that one of our greatest breakthroughs is to be able to hold life to the best of our ability, to be able to deepen our capacity to hold life in whatever it brings. And I think our exploration of fear can help us do that. It is that tool, because when we notice that we're given fear's the power behind our words and our actions, and the perspectives we're holding about this situation, when we can step back and be aware, oh gosh, I'm really afraid, and I'm really getting annoyed, and I'm just so afraid of what this might mean, that we can stop and we can listen and take care of it. It's kind of like a light on the dashboard of our car that says, pay attention to me. It's a self-awareness tool, because staying in fear just constricts us, and when we can access our fear and have it teach us, and then we can access our love on the other side of it, it expands us and it expands our ability to hold. And then we can move more readily to choose the love that we are, so that we can live from a greater commitment to serve and be in action. This sweatshirt, I stumbled upon this organization called Preemptive Love. And their website is preemptivelove.org, and I just love this organization. They're a coalition that stretches across Iraq, Syria, the U.S., and beyond, working together to unmake violence and to offer food, water, hygiene kits, clothes, to help people find jobs and teach and model that love is always more powerful than fear. And they have witnessed firsthand how fear leads to violence and violence leads to war. Preemptive love unmakes violence. Preemptive love is the kind of love that shows up in the midst of an energy of other. It reaches out first to love before judging or separating. It's a love anyway attitude toward a person, even if that person thinks differently, acts differently, and has even hurt you. And I highly recommend listening to their podcast. I listened to the second podcast yesterday, and I was so inspired because I heard this story about a young man in his 20s named Sadiq, who travels all over Iraq with this organization, providing relief to war-torn families. And one trip took him to a detention center where hundreds of men and teenage boys were held, accused of supporting ISIS. And when Sadiq showed up with food, water, and clothing, he recognized one of the prisoners. The man was held separate from the other detainees because he had been positively identified as an ISIS leader. He knew that this man was responsible for the death of Sadiq's friend. This man had given the order to kill his friend, along with 15 others. It would have been the most natural thing in the world for Sadiq to say, "Not you. You don't deserve any help. You don't deserve compassion." Instead, Sadiq crouched low, held a bottle to the man's lips, and said, "You killed my friend. Now I've come to give you a drink of water." The man cried and asked Sadiq why he was doing this. Sadiq said he had learned mercy from the teachings of Jesus and Muhammad. Sadiq saw in the face of this man and the other prisoners the faces of his dear ones and friends who were killed. He realized that if he punished this man with retribution instead of love, that he would be no different. And he had to choose through his fear that he would be scorned from others who felt that retribution was the only way to deal with these prisoners. He could be outcast and accused of being a traitor. He had been a soldier himself and was now a peacemaker. But he loved anyway. Sadiq was able to expand his capacity to hold and express love in a greater way than his fear, in a greater way than his sadness and anger, and it healed him and the man to whom he gave water. I'm reminded of a verse from 1 John 4:18 that says, "There's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, for fear has to do with punishment." There are many ideological differences between us these days, it seems. It seems there's fear about this virus. Many are blaming and lashing out. But what if we could just stop and expand our capacity to hold it all and allow it to expand our self-awareness instead of punishing others or allowing it to cripple us? We do that by allowing our fear to translate into doing our inner work. Folks, I just want to encourage us to allow fear to be a tool of self-reflection right now. And so this week, I'm just going to ask you to take a few moments to ask those questions. What am I afraid of that really isn't about what's happening out here? What's triggered in me? And is this a pattern? Where am I feeling out of control? And sometimes feeling out of control is disguised as annoyance and judgment, anger. Where am I withholding my love? Can I choose to love anyway and expand what I can hold? And how would that look right now? So I just invite you just to curl up with these questions and be gentle with yourself. Please be gentle with yourself as you're feeling fearful. And just allow that fear to support you in being more aware and more loving with yourself. And I invite you to tune in to the podcast. There's a lot of wonderful resources that are bubbling up, to listen to. And preemptivelove.org has a wonderful message that I think will inspire you. So thank you for listening this morning, and let's affirm together. I embrace and learn from fear and choose to love anyway. And so it is. Bless you. Yeah, it's you.
Hi again. And now it's time to give from our unlimited abundance and open hearts. And for those joining us on YouTube, here's some prosperity wisdom from Richer Life by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. Today, I bestow the essence of love upon everything. Nothing is ugly. Everything is beautiful. Everything is meaningful. This love is a healing power, touching everything into wholeness. It flows in my world of thought and form, ever renewing, vitalizing, and bringing joy, harmony, and blessings to everything and everyone it touches. And as we give online, we affirm this offering blessing. Divine love I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful. And our text to give is up on the screen as well, so you can text your gift in real time. Bless you.
Love, sweet love, everything that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. it's the only thing, and that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, no, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to share. There are moonbeams and sunbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing, that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, no, not just for some, oh, but just for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Yay. All right, well, at home, if you would like to, if you're at home with someone, you probably can hold their hand during this song. But we're going to join virtual hands and sing our peace song.
Peace on earth, the peace that was
beautiful week. Loving anyway. Bless you.